Hello again, and welcome to Aquaponics in Arizona. It is April 2014. I have not posted a video in probably over 6 months. Actually, in November, I suffered a major aortic aneurysm and almost died. So anyway, I'm back in action, feeling much better, and looking for the new season to grow. I've swapped out some stuff, kept some stuff, made some changes. Just thought I'd update you on what we've got going on here. The large plants, even though it's early in the season, those are various pepper plants from last year that made it through the winter. Had kind of a mild winter here in Arizona. So the tall ones are jalapenos, and the ones in front are bell peppers. I'll show you some of those. I've tried some different experiments to see what would happen. I have some citrus trees in the yard, and I was out here eating an orange one day and thought let's throw a seed in to see what happens. And up popped 4 tangerine trees. I'll transplant these, but it just goes to show that anything you put in here, just drop a seed in and it'll grow. What I have here is leeks. I'm trying that. All of these are basil that just popped up. About 10 minutes ago I planted some pole beans and peas in here, so I'll do an update in a couple weeks when they start to break ground. All of these are pepper plants from the seeds of the peppers that came off of these. So I've got bell peppers and jalapeno peppers. Here you can see the sweet banana peppers. Got some hot banana peppers back here in the back. This whole plant right here is hot banana peppers. Here's one growing right there. In the very back is squash. And you see the leaves were kind of chewed on. First I thought they were worms, the cabbage lopers, so I sprayed for those and found out that it was continuing to eat. There is a squirrel that comes from the neighbor's house that lives in that rock feature. It's a water feature for a pool, and he jumps up on the fence, runs the fence line, comes down into this bed and likes to gnaw on all my vegetables. I can tell it's a squirrel because worms don't knock over the little tags, and they don't eat in an erratic fashion. The worms eat pretty cleanly. This is a very erratic munching type formation. So that's when I pulled out my old trick of putting cayenne pepper and mothballs. The squirrels can't stand the smell, and so they go find someplace else to eat. But before I figured that out, you can see he was devouring my tomatoes, my zucchini, my squash, my cucumbers. He almost got the whole cucumber plant, but it's starting to come back. And so he was a pesky little creature. He was so fat he can't hardly run across the fence. But he manages to jump into here and have a late night dinner. But since I put the cayenne pepper and mothballs back into the system, I haven't seen him since, and I'm starting to get new growth back on the plants. My floating wrap bed, I'm going to take these panels out, get different panels, and cut fewer holes. What I found is I've got too many holes in there, and as the plants would mature, the weight of the plants would start to sink the raft. So it's very high density blue foam, but with all of the weight of the root systems and the plants, it would take it down, and then you'd start to get rot on the base of the plants because the weight of it was being submerged down in, and that's about what it was looking like. So I'm going to get new panels, cut fewer holes, so I got more area for the styrofoam to push up against the plants, pushing down. I've got 2 those are bean poles coming up. The squirrel got a hold of those and picked those, so I've planted some more, and hopefully they will come back I'm going to make a strawberry tower, and I'm going to stick it in one of these holes when I make the new rafts, and it'll go up through the lattice structure that I have. And then I will take a small little water pump, stick it down in there, and run it up and down through the strawberry towers. So I'm going to use this bed, this floating raft bed, as a strawberry tower for the summer. And I kind of need to get on that because it's getting later in the season, and I need to have that done. So anyway, welcome back to Aquaponics in Arizona. I'm glad I'm here, and I hope you are glad that I'm doing these for you. Production is moving along. Let me go back around the back side and I'll show you. Like I said, these pepper plants are really doing well. This is loaded with jalapenos that are developing, and here are some bell peppers that are coming up. And like I said, this is a chewed up plant from the squirrel, the rat with a fluffy tail. Anyway, hope all is well, and I hope your aquaponics system is doing well. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. I keep red wiggler worms in my system, and all I do is I put a handful of them in here. Let me see if I can find some. If I dig down in here, there should be some. There's one right there. There's thousands of them in here, and they do a good job at keeping the decaying root matter down and providing nutrients for the system. So get online, order you some red wigglers or some earthworms, dump them in your system. Make sure that the shroud, the holes in the shroud, around the shroud, are small so that the worms don't get sucked in through the shroud and down into your sump tanks. Or if you have already cut them, you might want to just take some screen, like window screen material, wrap it around those so that the worms don't get sucked in to the system. Once you get enough root system established in here, they tend to hang out where the roots are to eat. But they do a wonderful job. Their worm castings add nutrients to the plants, and they keep the decaying root matter down from the plants from season to season. So each one of these tanks has a couple thousand worms in them. Anyway, good luck to you, and if you have any questions, post them, and I'll be sure to answer. Thank you.